Hi everybody, it's Miss Codina, and for today's enrichment tutorial, we're going to be doing stage makeup. So some of you may not know this, but Miss Codina used to study theater and acting, and I have a long history and background with teaching theater and actually acting myself. So I used to have to do stage makeup. When you're acting on a stage, there's lots of heavy lights beaming on you, and sometimes the audience can't really see the features of your face. So you have to use makeup. Even boys and men have to wear makeup in order to make your face be seen from the audience. So today I'm going to show you guys something really fun that might come in handy around the time we have our 100th day of school next year. We are going to be doing elderly person makeup, old people makeup, 100-year-old makeup. We're gonna all look like old people. I think that's gonna be really fun. I'm gonna use my model, my daughter Eve, and my son Jack, and let's get this started. This tutorial uses some type of cream foundation. So go ahead and go bug mom and ask her if you can borrow some of her old cream foundation. You will also need some type of powdered color like eyeshadow. You're gonna need some natural skin colors, okay? So browns and beiges. You may also need some makeup brushes, but you can also use your fingers. Those work just as well. And you might wanna bring along some wipes to help clean any messes that you make. But that's it. Everything can be found in your home and probably in your mom's side of the bathroom. All right, everybody, we're back. So first you're gonna need your cream foundation. Remember, borrow that from mom. Whatever color she has, I'm sure will work just fine. I'm gonna put some on a brush. You could also just put it on your fingers and spread it around. You're gonna cover your whole face. You could start by dabbing around, and it tickles. And go ahead and just do your entire face. You might even wanna go a little down to your neck. Very important this step, because the cream all over your face is what's gonna help all the rest of the steps stick to your face. All the little lines and creases we're gonna do to make us look like we're 100 years old. So this is a very important step. You can't skip it. So next, you're gonna need some white. I happen to have a white eye pencil, but you can use even white flour from your kitchen if you don't have any white type of makeup or white eyeshadow. Anything that's gonna come out white to make our little old lady and old man eyebrows. So go ahead and color those. If you do not have any type of white makeup like this, you can use white baby powder, white flour, you could use white cornstarch. You might even want to do a little bit of the edges of your hair, just so that it looks like you're truly getting very old. And this would work with those powders I told you too. Any type of baby powder or any type of kitchen cooking powders that you might have around. All right? We could even do some eyelashes. I don't know if it'll come out. Let's see. Oh, we got old lady lashes. Look at that. We're already looking old. Our next step is the forehead lines. So, if you wrinkle your forehead up, let me see, lift your eyebrows. Lift them, lift them. And you get these little creases in there, you can do it. Some people, like hers, doesn't really come out. Look at Miss Codina's. Miss Codina's older, so you get the lines in there and you can fill in those lines. But Eve doesn't really have many lines. So I'm gonna create some lines, and I'm gonna be using a really dark color because her skin color is darker. If you're lighter skin, you can use a color that's maybe 3 or 4 shades darker than your natural color, which is what I'm doing here for her. So I'm gonna get a little brush, and I'm gonna make some lines. Lift your eyebrows. And let's get those lines going. Just wiggle them about. And I wouldn't do more than maybe 3 because it wouldn't look very natural if you did so many. All right, so we have our first wrinkles on the forehead. So with the same dark color, now we're gonna do our frown lines here in the middle. Can you make a frowny face? Look, eyebrows together. There you go, do it. And see those lines that come out? We're gonna fill those in, those natural angry lines. Not that elderly people are angry, but that's where we tend to get our wrinkles. And we're also going to fill in our temples here. So feel the side of your face and you have a little indentation there. We're gonna fill that up with our dark color. I'm gonna fill the other side. Let me feel her temple. There it is. I'm gonna make kind of like a little triangle there. And blend it really well so it doesn't actually look like makeup. And you could even use your fingers to blend it out a little on the sides. And then we're gonna get a lighter color. So now we're going light to make it highlight, right? So I think for her, we would use maybe this color here. Now these colors have a little shine to them. If we were really on stage, we probably wouldn't be using shiny colors, but we're gonna use what we have in the house, right? So I'm gonna go a little lighter and I'm gonna do some highlights underneath the lines I just did. And that's gonna make our lines look a little more natural. And you could blend them with your fingers. And we're gonna go under all these lines. A little bit here on the bottom one. And we're gonna do in between these lines that we did here. Maybe we could do a little underneath here and around the top. Underneath here. So our next step, we're gonna go back to our dark color and we're gonna make more lines. So go ahead and go back to that first dark color. And we're gonna go now, close your eyes please. We're gonna go inside and we're going to make our natural crease, right? We have a natural line there. And we're just gonna make that dark. I'm gonna do it with both eyes. We're gonna go under our eyes, right? We have a natural line right here. We're just gonna emphasize it and make it darker. We're gonna do the same on this side. And as we get wrinkles, as we get older, we get something called crow's feet. And it's 3 little lines on the side of our eyes from smiling so much throughout our life. So let me see a smile. There they are. So we'll do 1, 2. You might want to add a 3rd one, but her face is little, so I'll only do 2. 1 and 2. We also want to put some lines around our mouth, our happy smile lines. So let me see you smile. See those lines that pop out? Those little cute little cheeks? We're gonna make them just that much darker.
And we also want this little line down here to get a little darker. Go ahead, you could blend them out and tap them so that it looks just a little bit natural. So let's continue to use our dark color. Oh, we got sleepy. And we're gonna make some lines on the edge of our nose. I'm gonna come around. You're gonna just blend that with your finger. And we could actually give ourselves a little bit darker here on the inside of the eyes. Tickles. And let's do, can you go like this with your lips? Look, make them tight, 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 tight. Yeah. Let's get those lines, those little wrinkles on those lips. And let's make this a little darker down here. And all of this is giving the illusion. It's like a trick. It's giving our audience, if we were on stage pretending and acting to be an elderly person, we're tricking the audience in thinking that the person we're seeing far away on the stage is actually an old person, when in reality, it might be a young person. So if you've ever been to the theater and watched a show, remember, the people might not really look how they do on the stage. It's all stage makeup. So with our same dark color, we're gonna make the cheek look saggy. So we're gonna come to the side and you're gonna make like kind of like a wave, right? So here's one wave, here's the other wave. Let's make it a little darker. You could blend that. And just do it around the cheek. And blend it down. Let's do the other side. A little wave. And just follow the shape of your face. Okay, then we're gonna go back over all these lines and we're gonna use the light color again. Remember, we use that lighter color to do our highlighting so that the darker color really pops out. So let's go back in and we're going to go back to everywhere that we did dark lines and we're gonna shade in some lighter lines. Again, Miss Codina's using these shiny colors, so it might look a little shiny after, but she's a grandma. She's a glamorous grandma. See, in between all the lines that we've done and underneath them, and that's what's gonna make them really pop out and look like it's just part of her skin naturally. And for the mouth, you want to do the inside. Inside of those dark lines that we do. That's gonna really help it pop out. And under here, we're gonna go under the line and shade downward. You could blend it down with your finger. And then for our saggy cheek, we're gonna go above. And we're gonna go upward. See how those lines are just like magic popping up? Let's do this side, turn this way. My model is sitting so nicely. Oh, we didn't do the side. So remember, wherever you did dark lines, you gotta go back and highlight them in between the lines. So it's really gonna make it pop. Those cheeks, make them round. So they really look like they're saggy, saggy, saggy. So with your dark color again, we have to do our cheek lines to make them look like they're kind of sucked in a little bit. So we're gonna do a line kind of from right before the ear all the way down. Okay, I need to use my finger on this one just to make that line a little. Here we go. See, you don't even need brushes. And make sure to blend it so that it's not a perfectly straight line. We're gonna do the same on this side. And then you're gonna highlight it again with the lighter color. So really we've only used 2 colors this entire time. So right under it to separate it from the other line that we did earlier. You can go right above it to emphasize those sweet cheeks. And do the same here. Right above it. Blend it out so it doesn't look like a line. And right under it. Continue with that dark color, and now we're gonna do the lines on her neck. So go ahead and put your head back. Oh, we're so sleepy. And you see how everybody has this kind of bone that sticks out here? We're gonna line each side of that bone. Go ahead and make it nice and dark. You might even want to go into this cute little triangle we all have here. That'll make it look nice and deep. And you're going to want to do the same thing coming this way. Make another little line going that way. And just follow almost your natural lines. You want to make these nice and dark so they look really deep. And then you're going to use the light color again to highlight it, right? And make them look like they're really popping. And do both sides of the lines. All right, and if you feel the need to go back with that darker one just to give it a little more shading, you can. That's what's fun about doing theater makeup. You could just play around and see what works for you. Try it up. All right.
And that's the end of our theater stage makeup tutorial. We have 200-year-olds, and if they were on stage, you would believe it. Because all these lines, when all the lights from theater stages, a lot of lights are used to light up the scenery and the actors, and all those lights take away all the lines from your face. So with these exaggerated funny lines from the audience's perspective, you're gonna look like you're 100 years old. If you get to do this activity, take pictures and send them to ACSW. I wanna see all of you as 100-year-olds. Bye everybody, say bye.
Bye.